I mean, she's such a lovely girl, and she's such a problem. I mean, you must be the black sheep of the family, right?
I was for a long time. We didn't know what was going on, but
right. They probably thought you were just trying to be eccentric.
Honestly, that's how my younger life was. But when I started doing these things, it was after I got out of the institution, so that was much better. I was much less dangerous to myself.
So people probably misunderstood you going around banging your head into walls and giving out moose birth announcements. They probably thought, like, you know what, you're just being a pain in the ass and a weirdo, but you had a real mental disorder.
It got really bad. I mean, it was very dangerous.
For somebody who threw her head into nails and stuff, she looks good.
Yeah, now, would you bleed, and would your head be... Yeah. Yeah, and when I would imagine when you hit your skull against metal, a nail, it's very painful.
Doug, these are things you don't remember, though.
Doug, is this a woman that you feel can raise your children?
We're not having children.
You'll never have children.
I had a vasectomy, yeah.
You did have a vasectomy?
Yeah. And I have an IUD, so we're not having children.
You're making doubly sure.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We should not breed.
Yeah, you don't want to moose. So how long were you in the mental institution for?
About 2 months.
Is that when you contacted Doug and rekindled the relationship?
No, that was about a year after I got out.
I see.
Yeah, I really didn't talk to... I had no connection with anybody for about a year after I got out.
Were you one of the worst mental people in the mental facility?
No.
There's much worse.
There is much worse. Mine goes like this. So when I'm leveled out,
makes roller coaster hand motion. Sorry, it's radio.
Did you have sex in the mental institution at all?
No.
No guys around. Nobody.
I did not.
None of the
I was
attendants.
not.
I mean, you're an attractive woman.
They do that. The staff does. They sleep with the patients. They do that.
Yeah, but you were not interested.
But they didn't
I was
sleep
not.
with you.
No, I didn't. No.
That
I remember, no.
And who committed you? Your parents?
No, my family didn't know about it at the time, but my friend his whole family flew me from New Orleans, because things got really bad in New Orleans, to Wyoming, and it just continued to get just
When you look around this room, do you feel like banging your head into the wall at all? Or?
There any corners that are attractive to you?
What do they have you on?
I'm on a pretty hefty dose of lithium, and that's what's really worked.
What's the weirdest shit you ever did when you were completely full out mental?
I'm sure it was way worse before, because I wasn't around before she went in the institution, but when she first...
Well, you fucked her in the ass, she was pretty mental, I bet. Was she doing weird stuff that night?
No, but since she moved down to Arizona where I live, like, she'd go into episodes, and again, they were usually really funny. Like, we found her, she was just wandering naked with her head painted in these, like, I don't know...
Tribal... what were the paintings on your head? What were those?
One of the things that I had done for years, when I was getting sick, is, I'd wake up the next day and I'd just have ink all over me.
She'll still do that.
I still do that.
You draw all over yourself?
So you'll write on yourself?
Yeah, I write.
And you don't even know you're doing it?
No, I will wake up with this stuff, and it's reminders of, where you are, who you are. And
right, because you think you're losing your mind.
This is sort of like Memento. Remember that thing?
Yeah, the guy who wrote all over himself so he could remember. Well, I got to tell you, that's amazing.
But yeah, we found like she's walking up the street, broad daylight in a rural residential area, talking onto a banana like it's a phone, completely naked.
You found her doing that?
Yeah, out in front of the house.
How do you honestly? How do you go out? And no offense to Bingo.
No.
But I mean, isn't it scary going out with a girl who's talking into a banana? I mean, it's got to like at some point, don't you want to sort of?
There were times where I'm like, all right, how much? Because
how long can you stay with it?
Yeah,
are you doing this for comedy, or are you doing this because?
I was questioning myself at first, like, am I just going out with her just for the material value? And then I went, yeah.
She's adorable. I mean, physically adorable, and a beautiful smile, and seems like such a
sweet.
But I can't help thinking of this poor girl is so damaged,
tortured.
Yeah, tortured.
No, I'm way better now.
But you still have ups and downs.
Yeah. I can still.
You haven't had
delusional.
a serious episode around me since that one we can't talk about on the air, but I'll tell you.
What?
Well, she caused she went on a small crime spree.
Oh, jeez.
Did you? What was the crime spree?
I'm not saying it because I'll tell you off the air.
Right.
It's not that I just
You didn't get caught.
It's not that big.
Yeah, she didn't get caught.
They're still looking for her.
You don't want to admit
they're
to a
looking
felony.
for somebody.
Yeah.
They put me on lithium too, and I hated it. I was in the loony bin.
Shocking.
I was in the loony bin in L.A. and New York, actually.
Really?
And in L.A. they put me on lithium, and I hated it.
Why did you hate it?
I don't know. It made me feel like emotionless. I guess it affects people differently, and I was just sort of void.
Yeah, but you're not full mental like Bingo.
I guess. I mean, I was
She
also
feels normal now.
I was also trying to stay off of coke, which was killing me. But like, people would look at my face and just be like a blank. There was nothing there.
No
and,
emotion was around.
yeah,
She said for the first month, she was like,
it was way more than a month. Like, I pissing myself. I'd be drooling. You can't move.
That's hot.
I mean,
yeah, I had that too, where you feel like, Ozzy Osbourne has his hands always suspended in the air. That's kind of how I was walking around.
Did you ever try to kill Doug when you were mental?
No.
No?
You're not a killer.
You're not a killer, yeah. But what was the mental thing you said you could tell us about that she did? There was something. You can't talk about the crime spree.
Oh, yeah, no, the banana, I'm trying to think of some of the...
driveway?
And what happened in the driveway?
She painted the driveway bright red and sparkly with, like, 4 pounds of glitter or something.
Why did you do that? Did you just lose it? And you said you haven't had any mental episodes except one. What was that, the mental episode you had?
What? No, one
I
recently.
have episodes, they still happen, and you can't put your finger on when it's going to happen.
She's almost in syndication. She's had so many episodes.
She's going into syndication.
She's the MASH of crazy.
Is the sex great with you because you're so freaky? Is it great?
Yeah, and plus the shaved head, you can play around with your own homosexual fantasies from behind every now and then. Throw a boot camp fantasy in there.
Wow.
I was going to tell Artie, I was banging her from behind during the Pittsburgh Bengals playoff game where Carson Palmer got his ankle blown out.
Right, yeah.
It's just, afternoon, like, so we're sideways from behind. I'm watching the game.
Nice.
And I have money on the Bengals.
Oh,
and when Carson Palmer gets his leg blown out, like, they put in John Kitna.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you look a lot like John Kitna. And I got money on this.
Why are you banging her?
Shaved head, strong jaw. And I'm like...
You look like you bang like a mental patient, actually. You look great. I bet you got a killer body, too. Right? Do you look good in a bathing suit?
I don't wear a bathing suit.
I've never...
We don't wear it.
And you run around the streets naked sometimes? I bet you look good. You have nice boobs?
They're tiny.
Yeah,
they're
but
perfect.
I
They're
like that.
perky?
They're nice.
Thank you.
How old are you now?
29, almost 30.
Beautiful.
I'm such a degenerate gambler. All I can think about, Palmer got hurt. I hope you bet on Pittsburgh.
Well, no, I had Cincinnati plus 7.5, and then I'm like,
shit.
Now I'm like looking at my quarterback, going, "Am I jinxing this by banging her when she looks like my quarterback?" And evidently I did because they didn't cover.
Too
it.
much, Doug. This is wild.
It's crazy.
This is unbelievable what I'm seeing.
But look at all the energy she uses up when she has these episodes. Like, most people aren't productive. She's painting and
Well,
she's
manic, obviously.
It's
Yeah.
very manic. Like, I planted a whole silverware garden. You have to entertain
brilliant, though.
yourself.
I know.
It's kind of brilliant.
Because we go thrift store shopping all the time. That's why we have these clothes. We go thrift store shopping, and she's in a state where, again, it's usually very harmless, but she's just stockpiling all this, like, silverware and silver trays and the silver ladles, and, like, just masses of this. And
Bingo.
Go, what are you doing?
When you planted the garden, did you really honestly believe that the silverware would grow?
I can't even tell you what I was thinking at the time. It was pretty to me. I liked it, and I needed it.
It looked fantastic.
But
It was
artistically,
something to do.
it would be brilliant if you if you planted silverware and then showed it to the public as a garden of silverware.
Or took
it
pictures
looked-
and silk screened it.
it's very Yoko Ono.
something, yeah.
The thing is, you just have to have something to entertain yourself. You have to be doing something because you have so much energy.
It's awesome. It really is. It's wild what's going on with you.
And then do you, like, sack out and can't move and...
You're out for, you can be out for days.
I wonder if a lot of our great artists aren't mentally ill. Like, they come up with
Most of
such
them are.
great ideas.
definitely.
That's the thing. In the institution, I met the most phenomenally brilliant people, and they will never come back. Mine, I go up and down, and I can understand.
Are you afraid that at one point you'll lose reality altogether? And
It's terrifying.
yes, it's got to be to lose one's mind.
But the only thing I can say is, like, to be able to even be here and have a conversation like this, I couldn't have done that a while back.
Lithium
So,
is your savior.
yeah, it's really working.
All right. By the way, you're not here. I don't mean
This is
to.
all in your head.
I don't want to shake you, but why would you be on the real Howard Stern show?
Probably I am hallucinating.
You're hallucinating, right? I'm a rabbit.
I like to listen to her music. I wish you guys had brought
It's
it
on,
in.
go to MySpace / Amy Bingaman.
I think her music's crazy. I think Fred has a sample
She just
of it, actually.